watching Bally Sports.
Thursday, mid-afternoon in Miami. Marlins baseball is presented by Leon. Visit our centers and experience the Leon Guarantee. Rubber match of this three-game series, Marlins and Dodgers. Thank heaven for the roof. That's all we can say. It's ugly outside. Miami looks to take the series against first-place L.A. and hopes to bounce back after an 8-4 loss last night. Shohei Ohtani's chase for 50-50 inched a little bit closer with a stolen base last night. 48 homers, 49 steals, and a great pitching matchup on tap. Inside the broadcast booth, Paul Severino and Tommy Hutton. What's the approach for the Marlins here tonight?
You know, Paul, we've watched the Marlins. The first two games of this series have good ABs against Knack. They had good ABs against Bobby Miller. They need to do the same against a tough pitcher in Jack Flaherty.
There have been a lot of runs, a lot of excitement in this series. 32 runs, 7 home runs, and tons of back and forth. And all the cameras are out. Shohei Ohtani back here in South Florida with a home run on Tuesday night.
Well, we saw him take that breaking ball. That's a career home run number 219. Then we also saw Jesus Sanchez have a career-high 5-hit game. That was fun to see because prior to that, he'd been 1 for 16. He came out smoking. How about Jake Berger? He's been smoking as well. His home run was his first since August 21st. Good to see him go long ball. But Shohei Ohtani, it's not just about the long ball. Took third on the throwing error, picked up the stolen base. Will Smith went deep. Some bad pitches, some mistakes by Ryan Weathers. All in all, I thought he did a pretty good job. Don't make mistakes against this Dodger ball club.
Yeah, this Dodger team is swinging the bat right now. 3 home runs yesterday, and they, again, 4 straight games with at least 8 runs scored. They're starting to figure it out. They're on the doorstep of a postseason berth, and they're there in part because of a deadline acquisition in Jack Flaherty. He's back home. He's from SoCal. He was the big get for the Dodgers at the deadline, and since coming over early August, he's been first or second on the staff in a number of categories.
You go back into his career, he was the first-round draft pick of the Cardinals back in 2014. His last outing, not a good one. His worst start as a Dodger, but prior to that, he was 3-1 with a 182 in his prior 4 starts. Lifetime against the Marlins, 2-2, 2.55 ERA. Got a good live fastball. Throws his curveball, his knuckle curve, from an interesting angle. We'll talk about that during the telecast.
He's comfortable in Southern California, of course, but also seems to be pretty comfortable in this ballpark as well, albeit 2 starts, but has not allowed an earned run. He is up against Edward Cabrera, the other half of this great pitching matchup. One of the best in the game since the All-Star break, a 2.82 ERA in his last 11 starts. And then you even narrow the focus more to his last 3 when he's at about a half a run for the ERA.
Yeah, how about no earned runs over his last 2 starts? I think this is a great matchup because you have 2 guys who are throwing the ball extremely well. Remember, Edward Cabrera in Los Angeles left the game early. That was when he went on the IL. Gave up that grand slam home run to Max Muncy. We'll watch that matchup today. But last 5 starts, ERA 2.12. He's been challenging hitters with his stuff.
What's great to see is the last number. If you read to the bottom, right on the bottom there, 4 walks. That's it. He's staying in the zone. He's getting outs. He's been effective. Borderline dominant even for the better part of a couple of months. We've got a little over 5 minutes to go until first pitch. Last of 3, Dodgers and Marlins coming up after the break.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
Avoiding campfire smoke is hard.
Is this for real?
Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan. The choice is easy.
This is important news for people who were implanted with a medication port, also known as a power port, port catheter, or chemo port, and then suffered serious injuries. These implanted medication ports have been known to fracture or migrate. If you or a loved one have been implanted with a medication port and then suffered any of these injuries, call the attorneys at Davis & Crump at the number below to see if you qualify for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bride sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Welcome back. Last of a three-game series between the Dodgers and the Marlins. LA has won the season series 4-1, but the Marlins hope to win this series here at loanDepot Park. Let's take a look at the Dodgers batting order presented by Ocean Bank. In the top spot, perhaps you've heard of him, Shohei Ohtani leads it off. He's the DH. Mookie Betts in right, Freeman at first, Smith, Edmund, Muncy, Lux at second today with Pages in center, and Chris Taylor, the left fielder. Marlins give the ball to Edward Cabrera. This will be his 19th start of the season. A loss against the Nationals on Friday in D.C. Marlins committed 3 errors in that game. 2 were his, but still, generally speaking, pitched really well in that game. Good electric fastball to start, and we are underway.
I think that's a good example, Paul, of what Edward Cabrera's been doing right after hitters.
There was a long stretch, and we make note of him starting with the 96-mile-an-hour sinker, because there was a long stretch of games, nearly every one, where it was first pitch changeup, and that's his control pitch. But outside of that fastball that missed inside, the control on the fastball has led to maybe more confidence in that fastball, able to go after hitters with that fastball, which is as good as anybody's. Ohtani flips that one foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head when you talked about confidence. That's what he's gotten right now.
For Ohtani, 2 for 10 in the series with a home run, his 48th. And this one is a laser, and that goes off the wall. Stays in the ballpark, on his way to second base with a leadoff double. A little more height on that one, and it would have gotten out. Cabrera keeps him in the yard, a leadoff double.
Well, he gets the changeup from Edward Cabrera, and we talked about Ohtani being in the top 3 in baseball in exit velo, and that one certainly had some exit velo, maybe 2-3 feet to the top of the wall.
Round up to 115 miles an hour. But it's a 2-base hit. He's on second now for Mookie Betts. And Betts pops one back behind first base. Berger drifting back. So is the second baseman Otto Lopez, who makes the catch and gets it in toward third base to keep Ohtani at second. 1 away.
Take a look at the defense for the Marlins behind Edward Cabrera, Sanchez, Stowers, and Conine in the outfield. Around the infield, Norby and Edwards, Lopez, Berger, and Fortes behind the plate. I thought a nice play by Otto Lopez to catch that ball, even though he was going away from Ohtani, the runner at second base. Put the brakes on real quick and got it back into the infield.
Yeah, that spot, just get it in. Just don't fall asleep. Get the ball in. Doesn't have to be an accurate throw to third base, but just get it in. Here's Freeman. Runner at second now and 1 out. That double for Ohtani, by the way, is 88th extra base hit and would have been a home run in 13 ballparks, including Dodger Stadium. But it's a double here. And now Cabrera has to work around that. Upstairs with the changeup to Freeman.
Would have upset somebody's Dodger dog in the pavilion in right center.
That would have been coming in hot. So Cabrera facing the Dodgers for the 4th time in his career, 2nd time this season, facing Freeman, though, for the 7th time, as Freddie takes upstairs. Freddie 0 for 6 with a walk and 2 strikeouts against Cabrera.
Nothing new. Freddie 4 for 8 in this series. You got to make sure you keep Ohtani close. Give him a couple different looks at second base.
Freeman gets the barrel of the bat to that one about a foot off the plate. Freddie, a former MVP and an 8-time All-Star. One of the most formidable 1-2-3s certainly in the sport today, and you'd have to go through history to find one better than Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman at the top of this lineup.
You know, we had a note, didn't get a chance to use it, but in over 150 games, the 1-2-3 hitters for the Dodgers have only gone 1-2-3 35 times.
That is a rude greeting for an opposing starting pitcher. Freeman takes that one just down and just in. So a walk for Cabrera.
I think this pitch could have gone either way. Certainly a good one. 97 with movement. And just caught a piece.
And Freeman, one of the better walk rates in the National League, so he has plenty of plate discipline. He's on at first base now, but the double play is in order. Here's Will Smith, catcher, who's 2 for 4. Runners go. Throw to third is right there, but somehow Ohtani got under the tag.
Somehow.
This vantage point, it looked like Ohtani was out by 5 feet. You wonder if Norby got the tag on him or not. 2 more seconds to challenge, and they say that he's safe.
Wow. He must have gotten just underneath the tag.
So, in terms of the 50-50, he's halfway there.
Yep.
His 50th stolen base.
And give Freddie Freeman a heads up for following the leader.
Infield in, and Smith takes one down. So 50 stolen bases for Shohei Ohtani, who has just flown by his previous stolen base high. But obviously, as we've talked about, and I'm sure you've heard about it at home, he's not pitching this year, yet. But he's been able to utilize his legs a little bit more, knowing that he's been a tremendous but a one-way player.
Yeah, I think he's just decided, okay, this is going to be the year I run, because as a pitcher, he's not going to steal 50 bases.
Smith in the air toward right. That's Conine headed toward the line, trying to get something on the throw. Here it comes from right field, but it's up the line. Ohtani scores, and Freeman to third. Now, Conine did everything he could, having a range all the way to the line to get behind it and get something on it. He shows off the arm. It's just a little bit off the mark, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for a right-handed throwing right fielder is to set your body and get it set up correctly. He did everything well, but the throw just tailed off on him, and I don't think he would have gotten him anyway.
Well, another first-inning run for the Dodgers. Team that scores in the first nearly as much as anybody else in the National League, has a 1-0 lead. And Tommy Edman, who's been one of the hottest hitters in the game, now bats. 1 for 10 in this series, but another home run. He's just been a home run machine lately. 6 homers in his last 33 at bats. Taps this one up the first baseline foul.
Yeah, this guy is just a solid player. Has fit right in to the Dodger lineup.
Oh, 0-2. Fouled straight back. It was interesting, and when there's not 2 strikes and 2 outs, we can get into it at a greater depth. But when Skip was asked today about Javier Sanoja, he's kind of likened him to a guy like a Tommy Edman, even going back a generation as Sean Figgins. As long as Sanoha can figure out shortstop, he said he can bounce around the diamond and make maybe a 15-year career out of it. But that, to circle back to Edman, is all about that defensive versatility as we get a look there at Sanoha.
Yeah, you have that defensive versatility plus the batting skills that he has. That'll keep you around a while.
Ball and 2 strikes. Edman lays off. Fortes keeps it close, but Edman didn't lay off as much as I initially thought. They ring him up. A strikeout to end the first, but a sac fly scores a run.
I'm Jay, and this is my home. My first big purchase with help from loanDepot. This is where I play my favorite music. This is where I grow my small garden. It is here that I laugh. It is here that I learn. It's my sanctuary. It's my place. It is my home. And home means everything to me.
Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save on a new Honda, gas, hybrid, or electric vehicle from just $239 a month. Get more for your trade and save. From $239, search your local Honda dealer today.
Algunas tardes son perfectas. Nos hacen olvidar el resto del mundo para que podamos pasar el tiempo con los que más importan. Por generaciones, hemos dado sabor a tardes así como esta. Para que podamos disfrutar una comida sabrosa juntos, con familia y seres queridos. La Lechonera, el mojo original. Traiga el sabor de nuestra casa a la suya.
Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save thousands on a new Honda with 1.9% financing. All Hondas are in stock and ready for you with financing from 1.9%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Welcome back. Dodgers have a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Run scoring on a sac fly. Shohei Ohtani stole third, and then a member of the grounds crew stole third. They'll go get that authenticated, and it'll end up somewhere, most likely in New York and Cooperstown.
You know, you used to have one size to put that in. Now you have to expand the trophy case for the new base.
And there's 50 of them. So there's a lot of room. Ocean Bank presents
lay a driveway with that.
There's the batting order for the Marlins as Xavier Edwards leads things off, and the first pitch from Jack Flaherty is on the edge for a strike. 27th start of the season for Flaherty, 9th with the Dodgers. Loss against the Braves on Saturday night in Atlanta. Shortest outing of the season, actually. And that followed his longest, which was 7 1/3. His previous outing against Cleveland.
You know, we talked about Xavier Edwards in the ball game yesterday. Really in this series, the way he's worked pitchers. He saw 31 pitches yesterday.
Wow, that is a wide strike.
Well, we'll check on the scouting report after that strikeout from Flaherty. High school trio, yeah, he was part of that Harvard Westlake High School with Max Fried and Giolito. Key acquisition, we've talked about that. 2019, he was 4th in the Cy Young voting.
Connor Norby fouls that one straight back. Let's go back to strike 3.
And then remember the one that wasn't called on Freddie Freeman.
Yes, good point.
File that away.
So the first strike out of the day for Flaherty. And that slider just misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Connor Norby. 3 for 7, couple of walks and a strikeout in the series. You can see with Flaherty and that glove, I mentioned the key acquisition, came over from the Detroit Tigers. He has yet to update the leather to add Dodgers colors. He still has a navy glove and some orange stitching on there.
Sometimes there's a little superstition involved.
Right. But I'm sure growing up where he did, born in Burbank, he's probably got some Dodger paraphernalia in the childhood bedroom.
Just thinking, born in Burbank near another little town called Glendale. Anybody who grew up in that area, played some games, some high school games at Stengel Field. I guarantee he played some games at Stengel Field.
2 balls and 2 strikes here to Norby. Knuckle curve misses low. Three-two. Norby skies this one out toward left field. Chris Taylor calling everybody off. And he'll make the catch 2-way.
How did the Dodgers set up defensively with Taylor, Pages, and Betts in the outfield? Around the infield from third to first, Muncy, Edmund, Lux, and Freeman, and Will Smith behind the plate.
And Dave Roberts has his Dodgers on the doorstep of another playoff berth. They can clinch one with a win today or losses by both the Mets and the Braves. And the Braves already won their game. Oh, yes, they did. It was a nail-biter, 15-3 in Cincinnati. So the Dodgers can take care of their own business here. Marlins standing in their way.
The Bravos are getting hot.
A friendly reminder, 3-game series with the Braves starts tomorrow here at loanDepot Park. Have the coverage for you Friday, Saturday, Sunday to wrap up the home slate. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jesus Sanchez. Coverage tomorrow starts at 6:30. First pitch a little after 7 o'clock.
Yeah, the Braves had 18 hits in that game. Matt Olson hit a couple. And they also expect to have Ozzie Albies back off the IL.
That one in the dirt. Pitching matchup tomorrow. Valente Belloso, Charlie Morton, Adam Oller, Max Fried on Saturday. As Flaherty may have something in his eye right there. And Grant Holmes has been announced as the Brave starter Sunday. Marlins do not have a starter announced yet. But I did see a guy who looked a lot like Braxton Garrett floating around. But I'm not here to start rumors. Go to the second inning.
Contigo aprendí que existen nuevas y mejores emociones. Contigo aprendí que tu presencia no la cambio por ninguna. Y contigo aprendí que yo nací el día en que te conocí.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bride sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
And it's gone! Edwards makes the play, throws to first. What a play! Caught by Hill. In there safely. Makes the catch. It's a Marlins win.
Esta transmisión de los Marlins está disponible en español.
We welcome you back. Dodgers a 1-0 lead. Top of the second inning. Max Muncy will lead it off. Then Gavin Lux and Andy Pages against Edward Cabrera. First pitch curveball in there for a strike. Muncy 3 for 5 in the series with a walk and a strikeout. Fouls that one straight back. He's driven in a number of runs in this series as well. Had a big night on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the open. It was Muncy who hit the grand slam against Edward at Dodger Stadium back in May.
And as you had mentioned, that was the start for Cabrera. That was the last time that we had seen him for about 2 months. And he's been about as good over an 11 start stretch as he's ever been, outside of a couple of percentage points, or ERA points, I guess, as it were, in the second half of the 2022 season. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Muncy.
Yeah, you're right. In those 11 starts since the All-Star break, a 2.82 ERA, and healthy. That's another good thing too, and that's what Skip talked about. He'd like to see Edward finish the season pitching the way he has been, and also finish healthy.
Well, that's his second walk of the day. And one thing that Skip has added about that specific instance right there, the leadoff walk, there have been times, and he even mentioned his last start in D.C. when Cabrera had a couple of errors, that a lot of times those games just get away from him. And those are the ones that, you know, maybe end up being 3 innings, 6 or 7 runs, and it's just a bad day. But he was not that bad at all. Gave up just 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk and 9 strikeouts on Friday in D.C. First inning here tonight, Shohei Ohtani hits one 115 off the right field wall. A leadoff double, only a sac fly, only 1 run scores. These are the types of things that are the positives for Cabrera. Got to see how he gets through the second inning, but being able to navigate early trouble, not letting innings go nuts.
Yeah, that's good point to minimize the damage.
In fact, his 1 win against the Dodgers came in September of last year. A win in relief, actually. Went 4 innings, gave up a hit, no runs. Was on this mound. Struck out 8 in 4 innings out of the bullpen. Curveball misses. The ball and 2 strikes to Lux.
That's a pitch over the last few starts we've seen him use a little more successfully, that curveball.
Lux got a piece of that changeup. Still 1-2.
That was about as good as he could do with that changeup.
Curves and changes part of this 5-pitch sequence so far. And when he's got that changeup working and it is darting out of the strike zone, it's dangerous.
Notice he's asked for a couple of baseballs. Maybe not getting a good feel out there.
He's always one to go to the rosin bag quite a bit. They track everything on the internet. I'm sure someone's keeping track of that. Bouncing ball over the mound. No tag there for Edwards, and even attempting the tag with Lux running down the line may have prevented him from getting the out at first base. That, and it was a long way to go to get to it.
And Lux does beat it out, and I agree with you. You've got to make that decision. If you try the tag, does that interrupt a good throw to first? And it did. So just again, a little play like that, you're learning from, and hope you don't do it again.
Well, a walk and an infield single have the Dodgers set up here with Andy Pages at the plate. Their center fielder, who's 1 for 3 in the series.
Pages, born in Cuba, put up some pretty good numbers in the minor leagues for the Dodgers. One ball, one strike to Pages.
In the air down the right field line. Conine gives it a look, but that'll curl into the crowd. Watch and stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Muncy at second, Lux at first. A ball and 2 strikes on Pages, who has twice been a top 100 prospect for the Dodgers. Here he swings and misses at the changeup. 94 miles an hour. Down and in. Second strikeout for Cabrera.
That's the thing about the changeup. It's not just a straight change. It's got all kinds of things going on with it. Number one, it's in the low 90s. Number two, it darts downward. And number three, it goes into righties and away to lefties.
Now Chris Taylor. Look out. Hesitation swing there, and he lined it right toward his own manager. The guy who's putting him in the lineup. What are we doing? 0-1 to Taylor. 2 for 4 in the series. Another start for him in left field. So a day off for Teoscar Hernandez, who had started the first 2 for LA.
I think this is also a guy they'd like to see catch fire a little bit, because they know what he can do.
Ohtani waits. Yeah, Taylor has gotten hot in the postseason before. NLCS MVP a few years back. Curveball misses. 1-2.
It's amazing. He's like a Tommy Edman too. He can play short, second, third, outfield.
They have a lot of that on their roster. For as just about set as their lineup is most days, they have options too. This one out toward Conine, and a diving play in right field. On the sinking liner, Griffin Conine makes a great play for the second out.
Boy, this play all starts from the jump that you get, and Griffin Conine got a great jump, kept his concentration, and kept a hold of the baseball once that glove hit the ground. Really nice play in a key situation.
Now 2 outs for Ohtani. And again, in many other spots, you'd look at a guy with 48 home runs and you say, all right, well, there is a base open. It might be third, but there's a base open. The problem is that Mookie Betts guy's on deck. So you can only be so careful. That's a base hit to right field. Conine gets it, fires home, and it'll get cut off by Berger. Ohtani is 2 for 2. And it's a 2-0 Dodger lead.
You almost feel it's a victory when he just gets a single, hits that changeup off the end of the bat, picks up an RBI. And I love the throw by Griffin Conine, because Ohtani's a terrific base runner. We know that. But because Griffin hits the cutoff man just like that, you know the run's going to score, but you also want to keep Ohtani at first base. And he did that.
Gavin Lux ended up at third. So runners on the corners for the Dodgers here in the second. Let's take a look at our Toyota trend. Stolen bases since the All-Star break, and Xavier Edwards is at 27 with Ohtani, who swiped third earlier today to join Edwards at the top of that list.
And in case you're wondering, because I was, he has stolen third 9 of 10 times this year.
I believe that's 90%.
Yeah. That's good.
We good on that?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Don't take me any further.
Exactly. Forget it. Now here's Mookie Betts after a meeting on the mound. Again, Ohtani at first base and Lux at third. A 2-0 Dodger lead. Good slider to get ahead of Mookie, who popped up to the second baseman Otto Lopez his first time up.
Yeah, you see in the series, the Marlins have done a pretty good job on Mookie Betts.
And Decoy on the move with another stolen base. Make it 51. No throw that time.
Well, he knows the situation. He knows more than likely they're not going to throw through.
Good changeup from Cabrera. Works around further damage, but the Dodgers add one more. 2 hits and 2 steals today for Ohtani.
With 5-hour energy, you could be a tailgate champion.
Where is everybody?
Even if you are 2 months early.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Meet Chef Corso, a passionate hiker, backpacker, and classically trained chef on a mission to revolutionize outdoor meals. Join Chef as he combines his culinary expertise with outdoor spirit and creates mouth-watering backpacking and camping recipes that go beyond just calories. You'll learn how to turn every outdoor meal into an elevated experience. Get ready to savor the outdoors, one bite at a time, with Outdoor Eats.
Welcome back. A 2-0 lead for Jack Flaherty and the Dodgers. Stream Marlins baseball live all season long on the Bally Sports app, presented by Miller Lite. Jake Berger, Jonah Bride, Kyle Stowers due up for the Marlins here in the second. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Flaherty. Berger 1 for 8 in the series. That one a home run, and it turned out to be a good one, a big one, I should say. Made it 11-7 late in the game on Tuesday, but the Dodgers played it a couple of ninth-inning runs, made it 11-9, so that ended up being the difference in the game. Yesterday, the Dodgers an 8-4 win.
Yeah, Jake had 4 RBIs in that game, a couple of RBI groundouts.
He went nearly a month in between home runs. Slug been down a little bit for Jake, but the fact that, as you noted the other day, he was just happy that even though he made outs, he drove in runs. That was chalked up as a win for him.
Yeah, he's such a team player. Also, you watch him, he's adjusting, he's playing first base a little bit better, he's adjusting to that position.
Ball and 2 strikes. Chop toward third. That one's foul. So since being traded to the Dodgers at the deadline, it's been 8 starts for Flaherty. He's 5-2 with a 3.25 ERA. A number of different teams were in on him, but he ended up going back home to the Dodgers. This is a fly ball out toward deep left center field, and it is long gone. A home run for Jake Berger. The slug is back, his second of the series. It's 2-1.
That's what's fun about watching Jake Berger. Once he gets into that long ball mode, he keeps it for a while.
Boy, does he love that left center lane here at loanDepot Park. Seen a bunch of balls go out that way. His 27th home run, and it cuts that deficit in half.
Yeah, I think he has a seat in the Auto Nation alley. He finds that seat out there in that area with that four-seam fastball. And for Jake, number 27.
And now Jonah Bride sends one similar direction, but it's not going to get as far. Chris Taylor halfway under the track makes the catch. 417 on the home run there for Berger.
Here comes that four-seamer. Jake stays back. Such a solid swing. Great foundation, great balance.
Well, this is always a tough kind of bittersweet part of the season when it's coming to an end, and obviously 3.5 more home games here for the Marlins before the road trip. But you got Ryan Weathers back last night. Certainly a strong possibility that we see Braxton Garrett before the season is all said and done. Edward Cabrera seems to have turned some sort of a corner here. Jake Berger with a big series, couple of home runs. He's starting to heat up again.
And then you add to that mix a Jesus Luzardo, a Yuri Perez, a Sandy Alcantara, and it's a good mix.
Yeah. Gives you a lot to look forward to in 2025. To go along with some of those other guys like a Kyle Stowers and a Connor Norby. Well, you wonder. Sandy, he petitioned the league to add another 25 games onto the schedule. He might be out there. He'd want to pitch.
You know, even if they say, well, don't use the curveball. just go fastball changeup.
You know what?
Fine.
I'd like my chances. Starting to see Iori take some steps in the right direction as well. His rehab, which is great to see. Fastball there beats Stowers, and we'll check in with Jessica Blaylock.
Hey, Paul, one guy that is certainly familiar with Jack Flaherty, that would be Skip Schumacher. The two were together in St. Louis back in 2022, and he told me the thing that stands out about Flaherty, his demeanor on the mound. He thinks he's a number one, and he is a number one. He always believes when he's out there that he's going to go 9 innings. He also believes he's going to shut you out, although Jake Berger had something to say about that. But Skip also pointed out it really helps when you get to learn under a guy like Adam Wainwright. When Wainwright is your mentor, no surprise that you leave it all out there on the field.
Jess, that kind of sounds like you were describing Sandy Alcantara.
Yes,
too.
it does.
Been known to mix in a shutout here and there. Otto Lopez lays off the slider. 2 balls and no strikes. And the thing about Flaherty, and Jess just mentioned his time in St. Louis, but left St. Louis last year at the deadline to go to Baltimore. Then he signed a deal in Detroit. And now he's traded again at the deadline. So he's been a highly sought after arm, whether it be at the deadline or in free agency. And the Dodgers happy to have him back. I'm sure Mark Pryor is thrilled that he's got him. May very well be a Game 1 starter for this team when they get to the postseason.
It's been a deadline dandy. Dave Roberts looking for that number 1 starter.
Line up most likely with Flaherty, then Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and they're trying to figure out the rest.
I think as you watch the playoffs, I think it's going to be either Walker Buehler or Landon Knack, who the Marlins saw last night.
We know it's not going to be Glass now, and pretty sure it's not going to be Gavin Stone either. Shoulder inflammation, unlikely to return this season as that slider misses outside and the walk extends the inning.
Now let's see what Otto thinks about stealing second. There's the future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. Otto Lopez with 18 stolen bases.
All this talk of the round numbers for Ohtani, He's already at 51 stolen bases now, 48 home runs. Sure, Otto's thinking about getting to 20 stolen bases between now and the end of the year. No attempt there on the knuckle curve that misses up and away to Griffin Conine. For 5 with a walk and 2 strikeouts against Dodgers pitching so far this series. Made a great defensive play in this one already. Now 2-0.
They start talking about some round numbers. Jake Berger gets hot, still has that shot at 30.
Rest of this one against the Dodgers. The Braves are in town for 3. Then it's off to Minnesota and Toronto. So 9+ games left for guys to get to some round numbers. .30 coming. Check on Lopez over there at first base.
Dodgers were thinking what I was thinking. 3-1. I think it'd be a good time for Otto to take off.
Flaherty approaching 40 pitches here with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. Otto got a good jump and a little hesitation, but it won't cost him, and it trickles into center field. He'll head to 3rd. Stolen base and an E2, and 8 inches closer to 20 stolen bases and inches closer as the tying run.
Yeah, he got such a good jump that all of a sudden he thought, oh, what am I doing? Good heads up on Otto's part to pick up the ball. We've seen that 2 or 3 times in this series from both sides.
Now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at 3rd, and the pitch to Conine is a knuckle curve that gets to the outside part of the plate. 2 Ks in the inning, 3 in the game. Marlins get 1 back on the leadoff home run from Jake Berger.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps gold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Boring makes vacations happen.
Early retirement's possible.
And startups start up.
Because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring, so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
What if you never had to worry about what you could do? Because you could do anything. Anywhere could be the center of everywhere. And boundaries only existed to be pushed. So the only limit you faced was how big you could dream. What would you do then? Some pretty cool stuff, I bet. Yeah, that'd be some life. That'd be life unlimited.
I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. But luckily, I found Nugenix.
Nugenix is a unique man-boosting formula that helps increase your free testosterone levels. To get a complimentary bottle, text RANK to 369369.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Do what I did and call Car Shield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-246-6940.
Welcome back. A solo home run for Jake Berger. Has this a 2-1 Dodger lead as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Tommy Edman due up. Leadoff man has been on in both innings against Edward Cabrera. And hopefully Connor Norby makes the catch. He will. So that string ends at 2. Now a message from Kia.
The Kia Sportage X Pro.
There's that nice curveball. 1 pitch, 1 out. Always nice to get Freddie Freeman on 1 pitch. Now Will Smith, who had a sac fly in the 1st inning.
one of the 3 home runs for the Dodgers last night against Ryan Weathers. Glanced off the foul pole in left. This is 19th home run of the year. Tough second half for the all-star catcher. So he takes one up and in.
Yeah, Will Smith had a 3-homer game earlier this year, and then first AB the next day hit a home run.
And here he gets hit with the pitch. Looked like a changeup. Not sure if that glanced off Fortes too. Both catchers getting knocked around on that one.
With the velocity that Edward throws that changeup, I don't think you're going to convince anybody, well, it was just a changeup.
That's true. It also didn't get Fortes. I think he was just disappointed that he had the hit by pitch. Nevertheless, a 1-out base runner now, and it brings up Tommy Edman. Strikeout first time around for Edman. And another one upstairs. And for Cabrera, you mentioned it before. He'd thrown a couple of balls out. He didn't like the feel on them. You've seen him fall behind a little bit, a little more than 50% first pitch strikes early on. He's got to operate in good pitchers' counts. Skip talk about that all the time. And Mel, he's got to work from in front, get the guys in swing mode.
Yeah, and that's what he's been doing to have the success he has. Yeah, he just doesn't look like he's gotten in a nice groove yet.
Now 3 balls and a strike here to Edman. So 2 walks and a hit by pitch. And a little bit more traffic than he's been used to his last handful of starts.
Yeah, he goes to that rosin bag a lot.
When they implemented the pitch clock before, geez, was it last year now, right? That's one thing that I asked Mel. I said, do you think it's going to affect him? Because he can sometimes operate at his own pace and goes to the rosin nearly in between every pitch, almost like the pre-shot routine. This one fouled off of first base. And I can't remember a whole lot of pitch clock violations for Edwards, but it's just part of that mix.
See, there he goes again, wiping his hand on the pant leg. I just don't think he's feeling comfortable and getting a good grip on the ball.
Floated into center field. Stowers smothers that one. Done a nice job of keeping that in front. Because if it gets by him, it's a long run for Sanchez to track that one down, who was backing him up.
Oh, I tell you, if this ball gets by him, it's a triple, maybe an inside the park home run. Great job by Stowers. You make that dive as an outfielder, and about halfway through the dive, you realize you're not going to catch it. So now you just have to make sure you trap it and keep it in front of you.
And now Max Muncy. 2 on and 1 out. That's down and in. Another 1-0 count here for Cabrera.
We're not seeing as many first pitch strikes as we've seen in the past.
And now 2-0 to a dangerous hitter in Max Muncy, who this year has only 15 home runs. But a couple of years ago had a career high 36, and he's had 30 home runs in a season 4 times.
Well, he missed time with that oblique injury, so that's why the home run totals are down.
Two-1 from Cabrera, and didn't get that call at the bottom of the zone.
Max Muncy with 195 career home runs and a career OPS of 827.
He was not that kind of player in the Oakland system. I think we could put it that way.
Okay, I give you a couple of comps to Max Muncy. However Muncy plays defense. But hitting comps, Schwarber and Jock Peterson.
Oh, yeah. I'm on board with that. I'll buy it. 3-2. And goes to the curveball. They check down at third base. No swing. So 3 walks and a hit by pitch in the game so far. How close was it? Not very.
It shows me that he feels good about the curveball today to throw a 3-2, even though he missed right there. Now he's going to get a visit from Mel.
That's how he's used the pitches. Fastball, changeup, and the curveball not far behind. And as we've heard Skip talk about in the second half, and we briefly touched on it earlier, these are the innings that have gotten away from Cabrera over time in the years past. But can he find a way to get a ground ball, to get a double play, to get out of this inning? And if he does, I think you'll see what we've seen a lot from Cabrera lately, which is a lot of emotion of him coming off the mound, getting big outs in the 7th inning to finish off a start. A big punch out to end a rally. Bases loaded for Gavin Lux. And ball 1 in the dirt.
With the curveball again.
Lux a single in the 2nd inning. Smith at 3rd, Edman at 2nd, Muncy at 1st. And a good block by Fortes.
Yeah, we saw Lux beat out an infield base hit, so he's a tough guy to double up.
And the 2-0.
2-0 curveball. I'm not sure I've seen that all season. So we've seen a 2-0 curveball, then we saw a 3-2 curveball to Muncy. Tells me he doesn't have the feel for the changeup and the 4-seamer.
3-0 and nowhere to put Lux. He dials up a 96-mile-an-hour heater right there. Cabrera shaking off Fortes before the 3-1. And missed with a high fastball. That's his 4th walk, and it brings home a 3rd Dodger run.
This is a required monthly test of the emergency alert system. Had this been an actual emergency or dangerous situation, official messages and directions would have followed the alert tones. This test is brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and your local broadcast station or cable provider. This concludes the required monthly test.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryant sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Welcome back. 4-1. Bases remain loaded. Pick daily games from the Florida Lottery. Have drawings twice a day, every day, for instant cash prizes. Plus, you can add Fireball for additional ways to play. Head to your local Florida Lottery retailer today. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. So Chris Taylor gets the scouting report before facing Anthony Veneziano, who has pitched in this series. And he will take over for Edward Cabrera, done a lot sooner than he would have liked to be, I'm sure. This is the 9th game of the year for Veneziano. And of course, Cabrera still responsible for the 3 runners on base, all reaching via the walk, as Taylor a big cut and a miss. And that is an 0-1 count. Muncy, Lux, and Pages with the last 2 walks, leading to runs for the Dodgers. And this is a fly ball out toward deep right field. Looks playable for Conine. He'll make the catch on the track, and that will bring home 1 more run. Muncy scores on a sacrifice fly. The Dodgers have scored 5 runs tonight, Tommy, and they have only 1 run scoring hit. The Ohtani RBI single. Sac fly, 2 walks, and that sac fly. And here is Shohei.
Well, Shohei did not have to go to the iPad because he faced Veneziano the other night. Veneziano struck him out.
Already his 50th and 51st stolen bases. Go along with the 48 home runs. Veneziano deals. And a swing and a miss at a slider.
Now, I walked in the Dodger clubhouse earlier today, and as you walk into their clubhouse, off to the right is a room where they have some video. Guys are checking on, and Ohtani was in there, obviously looking at video of Cabrera, but he's a student of the game as well.
And a 115-mile-an-hour double in the first inning. And on the Florida Lottery in-game jackpot, the leaderboard here of average exit velocity, he is 3rd. But it's close at the top. Slider in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Second page of that list, Jesus Sanchez is on.
I should have followed up. As you went in there, how did you try to distract him to get him off his game? How? I just want to know how you did it. I mean, what team are you playing for here, Hud? Let's go. 2-1. Inside with a fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Dodger faithful that usually travel pretty well. Not in love with that pitch.
I think they're not only are there Dodger fans here, there's a lot of baseball fans here.
I'd agree. Big sweeper and big swing. The back pocket to the outer third.
That's a swing that tells me that's what he was looking for too. That slider.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner from first goes. This one lashed toward the left center field gap, and it's going to roll to the wall. 1 run will score easily, and a second one coming home, and now Ohtani on his way to 3rd, and this time he's out. But 2 RBIs, his second double. He's got 3 hits and 2 stolen bases. The man knows how to fill out the stat sheet. Dodgers have a 7-1 lead. Sanchez sends one out to right center. Yes, gotta love it. 1-2. Got him. He did it again. There's Edwards on a diving play to get the out.
this month on Breaking Par.
We're back with the business of golf, and today we're going to shed a little light on the game. It's Must-Go Lighting.
Started to become one of the best-known names in sports lighting. We have lit golf courses all over the world.
This is where it started, and this is where it is now. Must-Go Lighting has definitely redefined the possibilities of night golf.
You know what us lighting guys say, the future is bright.
Presented by Mobile IT, playing all month long on Breaking Par.
Meet Jamison Redding, a fishing expert on a mission to discover the best fisheries in America. Jamison loves exploring new waters, meeting new people, and sharing his passion for fishing as much as he loves fishing itself. Between casts, Jamison celebrates the people and communities that make these waters so special and shares tips and tricks to inspire adventure anglers of all levels.
Are you ready?
Hit the road with Road Trip Angler.
With 5-hour energy, you could be a tailgate champion.
Where is everybody?
Even if you are 2 months early.
Welcome back. Dodgers with a big inning to open things up now 7-1. One more series on the home docket, and it starts tomorrow. Hyundai presents the Marlins Live pregame show. Craig Minervini, Gabby Sanchez get you ready for the Atlanta Braves. A big winner today in Cincinnati. So they'll get in tonight, probably settle in, get a nice dinner, retire early. Never anything to do in Miami, so why bother with any of that stuff? Just get rested.
Ryan Snitker will be checking curfew, I'm sure.
Is it still 10 o'clock? This one is catch out in center field. And Pais puts that one away for the first out. Our friends over on the Heat side of things are here hanging out in the Bally Sports Suite. You
got AJ Speaks.
We got Kelly Sacco, Marcus Mazik on the left. Boston people around.
Oh, look at Jax. Jax is here. They're good crew. Good crew.
Of course, tomorrow is Heat night here at loanDepot Park. But in the Bally Suite right now, it's always Heat night. Here's Xavier Edwards. Strike at the top of the zone. That a lot like the strikeout in the first inning. Was not quite near the zone. But an 0-for-1 day for Edwards nonetheless, who's the first Marlin to bat twice today. Comes up empty on a slider.
By the way, we were all kind of talking after the out at third base, and we all said that Shohei was probably thinking for the cycle. He hasn't hit the home run yet, but he was thinking triple. He didn't get there.
He has a flair for the dramatic, that much we know. What was it, his 200th home run, I think, ended up being a grand slam. It was either number 200 or the his 40th of the year. I think it was to go 40-40 was a grand slam. Maybe that's what it was. Either way, he has milestones, and he has milestone moments. 2 quick outs here in the third for Flaherty.
And Flaherty, at this point, with the nice lead that he has, is making it look relatively easy.
There's Connor Norby with 2 outs. Norby a fly out to left his first time up, and he takes a little bit low. A 25-pitch second inning, but the only run came in on the leadoff home run by Jake Berger. And not happy with that one as he misses down and away. 3 balls, no strikes to Norby.
Yeah, right now the last thing that Flaherty wants to do is walk somebody.
And he will not, at least on that pitch. 3-1. 3 hits in the series so far for Norby. 3 for 8. Couple of walks mixed in there. 4-game hit streak going for Connor, who skies one out towards center field. And Andy Pages matches a major league record with 3 putouts in the inning.
Trade to a new Honda and get more for your trade than ever before. Then save on the new Honda. From just $239 a month, Hondas are in stock and ready for you. From $239 a month. Search your local Honda dealer today.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing for 36 months. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $6,750 total value on this Silverado LT.
Contigo aprendí que existen nuevas y mejores emociones. Contigo aprendí que tu presencia no la cambio por ninguna. Y contigo aprendí que yo nací el día en que te conocí.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryant sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
South Florida, this is the time to trade to a new Honda. Save thousands with 1.9% financing. All Hondas are in stock, including gas, hybrid, and electric vehicles. From 1.9, search your local Honda dealer today.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the game.
Marlins baseball on Bally Sports is brought to you by the Florida Lottery and by your South Florida Hyundai dealers. A 7-1 ball game as George Soriano comes in out of that Marlins bullpen, their 3rd pitcher used today. Faced Tommy Edman to lead things off. Edman, who had that great defensive inning, will get things started for LA. The numbers here on Soriano. His 22nd game. Maybe a little parade of relievers today for the Marlins. We'll see how it goes. This one back behind third base for Norby in fair territory. Makes the play. 1 down to start the 5th.
You see, that's just one of the unwritten rules of baseball. You make a couple of great plays and you lead the inning off. By the way, a good job by Anthony Veneziano to come in and kind of restore things in his inning and 2/3.
A 7-1 lead for Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. And again, if this score holds, that's all the Dodgers need to clinch another playoff berth with a win or losses by both the Mets and the Braves. But the Mets play later and the Braves have already won, so the Dodgers can celebrate in whatever way they so choose. We've seen other teams celebrate recently. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers, division champions. The Yankees celebrated last night after clinching a playoff berth. They also have their eyes on the division as well.
You realize the last time the Yankees were under 500,
I believe George Washington,
1995.
Yeah. That one down and in, and Muncy able to hold up.
See, a Yankee fan, they would probably say, though, yeah, but we didn't win 100 games.
This one flipped over by third. Norby lays out. Well, between Conine twice and Norby, This Marlins defense has made some great plays today. He's at shortstop.
Yeah, look how far he had to go into foul territory, and the ball wasn't that high in the air, so it didn't have a lot of hang time. Concentration, hat comes off. What a nice play.
Wow. He's got chalk on the hat, and he'll leave it there. That might be there through Toronto. It's the kind of player he is. Now Fortes goes out to talk to Soriano. Also, congratulations to the Cleveland Guardians as they clinched a playoff berth today with an extra inning win against the Minnesota Twins. So those three teams are in. Seeding all still to be determined.
Let's see, Arizona and the Mets are tied for the wild card.
And let's see, one other team can clinch today. The Phillies, if they win later on tonight. And again, they've got the Mets at 7:15 first pitch. If the Phillies win, they clinch a berth. Strike to Lux.
Who they got in that game? Taijuan Walker and Severino.
Popped up. And it's going to be the shortstop, Edwards. Nice quick inning there for Soriano.
Everyone's feeling the strain of having to pinch pennies. FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single.
An injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back. I'm just a nobody." I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you.
When Morgan said nobody is a nobody, I felt like that. And they took care of me, and now we're doing okay. Thank God that I went to Morgan.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. If your long-term disability claim was denied, listen closely. You may be able to recover money. Unum is one of the largest disability insurance carriers, and companies you know like Colonial Life, New York Life, and National Life Group are all part of the Unum family. Unum was fined millions for wrongly denying claims. You may be owed compensation. Let us help you get through the appeal process.
Call Sokolov Law, 800-521-1801. That's 800-521-1801. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Sanchez sends one out to right center. Yes, gotta love it. 1-2. Got him. He did it again. There's Edwards on a diving play to get the out. It's a Marlins win. Welcome back. Dodgers with a 7-1 lead as we move to the bottom of the fifth inning. After a 6-pitch fourth, Jack Flaherty goes back to work. He'll face Kyle Stowers, Otto Lopez, and Griffin Conine here in the fifth inning. That one taken low. So for the Dodgers, they've got 7 runs on the board right now. They've scored 8 or more in 5 of the last 7 games. They are 4-3 in that stretch, however. But their offense certainly coming to life, and that's exactly what Dave Roberts wants at this point of the year with about a week and a half left. It was a 5-run third inning today. Stowers lifts a fly ball out toward fairly deep left field, carrying to the track, but Taylor makes the catch, and that's the first out. Let's take a look at the Marlins roster moves today. Vidal Brujan is back, as is Derek Hill, both off the IL. Similar shoulder injuries there. David Hensley optioned to AAA along with Jose Devers, who was actually designated for assignment today. So those are the roster moves for the Marlins. Otto Lopez with 1 out.
We're trying to figure out Paul, I think with all the roster moves that have been made this year, there has to be a sponsor out there for it.
You know, Good Greek is the official mover of the Marlins.
Yeah.
That's a start. Back in the day, I'm sure it could have been like Xerox or Canon or something, because everything would have been sent by fax. But now it's all email, so it doesn't work.
Some luggage company, perhaps.
Oh, all right. Three balls and a strike here to Otto Lopez, who walked and stole a base back in the second inning. And fouls that one off his foot, and he goes down quickly. He pops back up, but now goes down again.
We heard that all the way up here.
There have just been so many of those. And he's pointing just above the foot, right around the ankle.
You want to know my theory on that? Why I think we see so many more of those now than years ago? Launch angle swings.
Okay.
The plane of the swing is different. Guys hit on top of the ball. They miss it just by a little bit. No proof, no numbers to back that.
No. It's
just a theory.
It's a theory and a pretty legitimate hypothesis. Lopez is trying to walk this one off as best he can.
No, he likes to play. He doesn't want to come out.
That sounded like the crack of the bat.
Skip goes, I know what that feels like. Let's get out there.
Now Otto going to dig back in. With the way he's been swinging the bat, over 300 average last 40+ games. He wants to stay in there, and he gets himself a base hit.
That is so good. That is so rewarding. He gets a fastball, nice zone, and has a good swing.
Well, just the second actual base runner that has reached against Jack Flaherty today. Jake Berger, of course, had the leadoff home run in the second inning, but he wasn't on base very long now, was he? Otto Lopez has been on twice, and that's been it. A walk and that base hit. Oh, 1 here to Conine. And Conine lifts a fly ball out toward right field. Back at the wall and gone! A home run for Griffin Conine. 2 sparkling defensive plays and a 2-run shot.
But I love the way he stayed back on that knuckle curve that he got from Flaherty. Flaherty left it up a little bit.
Fortes fouls that one back.
Let's see if this got too much of the plate. Yeah, it did. Middle. You still have to hit it. You still have to stay back. And that's what Griff did. Stayed back, launched it. Number 2 in his career.
Well, you talk about extending the arms. That was clear and evident, and over that higher wall and straightaway right field into the Dodger bullpen to make it 7-3. Good to see for Griffin having a well-rounded day today. His second extra base hit of the month as Nick Fortes swings over the top of the knuckle curve. And now a message from FPL.
At FPL, we're working every single day to get you the reliable electricity you need in good weather and bad. FPL, working for you every single day.
2 home runs against Flaherty today. 7-3, the solo leadoff home run for Berger in the second, and that 2-run shot for Griffin Conine. Now this one into right field and down for a base hit. So Xavier Edwards with another knock. He's 1 for 3 today.
He stayed on that curveball. Got to open up a little bit. That pitch down and in. Got to keep your head right down on it.
Brings up Connor Norby, 1 on 2 out. Thought about it, but held up on the slider. And it's 1-0. Fly out to left, fly out to center today for Norby. And of course, a little bit of the infield left on the jersey as well after that great diving play into foul territory. Kind of like clockwork. Oh, 2 coming. Ball on the dirt.
Bet his uni was like that in Little League too.
Mine was too, but that's just because I tried to get it dirty during warm-ups. I figured that was my best shot. During infield, outfield, throwing myself around. Ball and 2 strikes. Edwards at first base. A couple of runs in on the Conine homer. That fastball missing down and in. We're still going to make up 4, but as Flaherty gets close to the 80 pitch mark here in the bottom of the 5th inning, you figure he's not going to end up going the distance here. So maybe at some point when the Marlins get into the bullpen, that's where they could finish off this comeback. Because if you go back to the last day or 2 of August, this Dodger bullpen, a 4.76 ERA over 80 innings. They've given up 11 earned runs in this series, so the Marlins have gotten to that pen. If their bullpen can keep the Dodgers offense quiet, well, the Marlins still have half a game to go here. 3-2, runner goes. That's inside. They have another base runner, and it brings up Jesus Sanchez. Second walk issued by Flaherty, and that'll bring out the pitching coach, Mark Pryor.
And you also have to remember how hard Jesus Sanchez hit the ball last time up. That hard one hopper to short.
Really heavy fastball usage. 44 of his 79 pitches have been fastballs. And Sanchez 0 for 2 today, but 2 for 5 now career against Flaherty. As Tommy mentioned, that last one was a hard hit ball right at somebody who was playing up the middle. Otherwise that would have been another base hit. Ground ball up the line and smothered by Freeman. The flip to Flaherty to get the out. Well, Freddie Freeman's got a Gold Glove, and that was on display there. Griffin Conine, a 2-run home run to make it 7-3.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
whoever you are. The Sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryan sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. Another inning of work here for George Soriano, facing 8, 9, and 1. And the first pitch to Pages is a strike. Inside the broadcast booth, Paul Severino and Tommy Hutton here. Last of 3 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Again, it's been a thrill just as baseball fans to be able to see Shohei Ohtani. Still a little ways to go. He's got 2 home runs to get to 50, but he did steal his 50th and 51st base today.
I think anybody that has been able to see these games, this series, they've seen everything that Shohei has. They've seen the home run. They've seen the stolen bases. They've seen a double. Tried to get a triple. They've seen a hard hit single. They've seen the type of player that he is.
Yeah, and again, he's always been a great offensive player. This year, though, it's a different level, most likely because of the fact that he's not pitching. And oh, by the way, in years past, he's pitched at a Cy Young caliber, too. He might be the greatest player any of us have ever seen.
That's an understatement, I think. I think, too, and you and I have talked about it because we've talked to people, other broadcasters who follow the Dodgers. There's an outside chance that he could pitch out of the bullpen in postseason.
Yeah, and they may need the arms. Speaking of arms, that one up and away to Pages. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Edward Cabrera today, again, he'd been rolling. 0.49 ERA his last 3 starts, but today was kind of erratic from the get-go and ended up walking 5 and 7 earned runs.
You know, we talked about it as we watched him. I thought he really struggled trying to get a grip, a feel for the ball. He threw more curveballs, I think, in situations where you usually saw changeups or fastballs. He never got comfortable out there, and he never looked comfortable.
And for the Marlins, a couple of home runs today. Jake Berger with a solo shot. Griffin Conine with a 2-run homer. They did leave a couple of men on in the last half inning, but they find themselves down 7-3 as we play on in the 6th inning here. So still a chance you're staying in that slam range that Skip talks about so often. But Soriano and whoever may follow needs to keep the Dodgers down. This a line drive into center field. That is down for a leadoff base hit. Brings up Chris Taylor. Lined out to Conine in right in the 2nd inning and had a sac fly in the 3rd. First pitch slider for a strike to Taylor.
You talked about it, Paul, his 2021 season when he was the MVP of the NLCS against Atlanta. All he did was hit .476. Had 3 home runs in that series.
That'll win you some hardware.
It'll also parlay into a nice contract, too.
Yes, it will. In the midst of a 4-year, $60 million deal for Chris Taylor. Originally a 5th-round pick of the Mariners out of UVA in 2012. Fouled straight back. Still 0-2. Soriano, the third pitcher the Marlins have used today. Cabrera went 2 1/3. And Veneziano, an inning and 2/3, gave up a couple of hits. One of which was that 2 RBI double for Ohtani. Those runs charged to Cabrera. And Ohtani waits on deck. A 3-hit day so far. A couple of doubles and a single. 3 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a partridge in the pear tree. Right side out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Taylor. Looks like somebody may have made a great play.
Well, there's been good defense all day.
Really? Although the captain seems to be a little shocked there that maybe someone didn't make a great play after all. The 8th pitch of the at bat coming up with the leadoff man Pages over there at first base and Ohtani waiting on deck. 25th pitch of the outing for Soriano is up and in, and that'll run the count full.
See if Dave Roberts sends Pages on this 3-2 pitch.
Ground ball toward the shortstop Edwards. He had to charge it. The only play is at first, and they get Taylor. Everything that Ohtani does is just seemingly different and better than everybody else. A lot of guys would spray the bat, right? Not him. Just like a magic wand.
Yeah, usually you just spray it on the handle.
No, I would, but I'm a mere mortal. This guy's something different. Popped out of the glove of Fortes, a strike. No advance for Pages.
You know, his batting average with his 3-hit day right around 290. Last year, when he also won 10 games and he was pitching, he hit 304. Power was down, just had 44 home runs.
One. That is a high fly ball, deep right field. Number 49.
Take it all in, fans. You are seeing and witnessing history. And you're seeing the best of our lifetime. Looked like the slider didn't get in far enough, and Shohei, the type of athlete he is, he's probably thinking about getting thrown out at third.
Yes. Yes.
Here comes the slider. Stays out, middle of the plate. Wow.
He has hit enough this year to know what they feel like. And as we all, as baseball fans, admire him, he admires that one. So allow me here, please, to be the party pooper. Dodgers will head back home after this. They have a sizable lead. He would come around to bat again. Just playing a game here. Do you think he takes his next at bat? If the lead stays big enough, do you think he takes his next at bat and maybe risk a 50th home run on the road?
I think he does. I think he takes it back.
Okay.
But it might not be up to him. Be up to Dave Roberts.
Oh yeah, I'm asking you as Dave Roberts.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
If I'm thinking Shohei, I'm thinking he takes it back. If I'm thinking Dave Roberts, I'm thinking no.
Right.
So there you go. There's the answer.
There you have it. And that 49th home run, by the way, also ties him with Shawn Green for the all-time franchise record in home runs in a single season.
Boy, we talked about the incredible year Shawn Green had. 2001, he had that 4-homer game. You look back, he had 6 hits that game, didn't he?
Yeah, double and a single to go along with 4 home runs. Ball and 2 strikes to Mookie Betts. Well, all I can tell you is that we'll be here through the duration of this game.
We'll take our last at-bats.
We'll take our at-bats. We'll see if Ohtani does as well on the doorstep of a historic 50-50 season. Connor Norby catches that line drive, and there are 2 away. So the most games with at least 1 homer and at least 1 stolen base, and Ohtani has 13 of them this year. Ricky Henderson had 13 of those types of games in 1986, and Ronald Acuna Jr., who, like Ohtani has done this year, started his own club. He was 40-70 last year. He had a dozen last year. This is a fly ball out towards center field. Stowers puts it away. He already stole 50 and 51, and he just hit number 49.
1 second she can't walk. Then she can. 1 second you're single. And then you don't want to be. 1 second it's a pipe dream. And the next it's a dream come true. 1 second you feel safe. And then
The police are on their way.
well, you still do.
The 2024 election will decide not only who leads our nation, but also your community. From the halls of Congress to your state capitol, let Spectrum News 13 be your resource for balanced, in-depth coverage with our dedicated experts in local politics. Strengthening democracy by informing your community. That's our mission. Available on all of your favorite devices. Exclusively on Spectrum.
If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with no deductible. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-867-0280.
Marlins fans, after the final out, stick around for the Marlins Live postgame show on Bally Sports, presented by Kia.
Marlins baseball is presented by Leon. Visit our centers and experience the Leon guarantee. We'll look back at home run number 49 for Shohei Ohtani. Former Marlin great Mark Burley made the play out there. He also stole his 50th and 51st bases of the year today, and 2 doubles, that home run, and a single. So a 4-hit day for Ohtani, and he was thrown out, if you missed it, thrown out at third trying to stretch his 2nd double into a triple. You do the math on that, and he is well, a well-executed relay away from having a cycle today.
Well, the 5 RBIs gives him 115 on the year.
And it's provided more runs for Jack Flaherty, who's into his 6th inning of work here.
strike there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jake Berger. With the 9-3 lead, Kevin Kiermaier takes over in center field. That moves Andy Pages to right, and it gets Mookie Betts out of this ball game. Let's take a look back at the home run. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The Jake Berger home run back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, we talked about Jake when he gets that 4-seam fastball. He gets locked in, and he's really having good swings today. He was robbed by Edman at short his last time up.
Back-to-back great plays by the shortstop Edman. Two. Waves and misses at the knuckle curve. 1 away here in the 6th. Fifth strikeout for Flaherty. 1 away, and it brings up Jonah Bride. Bride 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a pop-up. Takes one up and in.
Jonah Bride came into this game having hit in 10 of his last 11. Over 300 average during that time. Consistent, good at bats.
And flies this one back behind the shortstop. Edman now drifting back toward the infield. I'd say the wind brought that back, but I'm slightly smarter than that. 2 away here now in the 6th inning. We're turning up the heat on Friday night. Special Heat Night ticket includes an exclusive Marlins Heat tank top plus a seat to watch the Marlins face the Braves at 7:10. Get your tickets today at marlins.com/heat. Some of that Heat crew hanging out at the ballpark here today. Stowers out toward left field. It's getting down for a base hit. Taylor cuts that one off and gets it in, keeping Stowers at first base with a 2-out single.
That's an at-bat that Stowers has really worked on over the last few weeks. Pitch it out over the plate, a little bit off the end of the bat, but instead of rolling over on it, he stays back on it a lot better. And that's a swing he's working on.
Well, now Otto Lopez, who's been on twice, and good to see him stay in the game, by the way. Last time he was at the plate, fouled one off the left ankle, and obviously took the rest of the at bat and then singled and ended up scoring on the Conine home run. See, that's a good teammate. Griffin Conine, that's a good teammate. You know the guy's got a bad wheel. You just let him lumber home.
Yeah, you don't want to hit a gapper. By the way, I loved Stowers over at first. He got a nice nod from Freddie Freeman, who's perfected that swing.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Over the years.
Were you a chatterbox over there at first base?
Yeah,
guys
I
get on base?
love to talk to guys.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
As chatty as Sean Casey?
No.
No.
Not the mayor. Not the mayor.
Hitters count for Otto. In the air, right field line. Pages long run and into the seats foul. Pitches for Flaherty. He's likely nearing the end of the line here today. A couple of home runs allowed. Berger, the solo shot. Conine, the 2-run home run. The Marlins down 6 in the 6th.
Ground ball toward the shortstop. Edman throws to first, and that will end the inning and perhaps the day for Flaherty. 9-3.
Join world champion kayakers Emily and Nick on a wild family ride. Experience the excitement of life on the road. Traveling the country, meeting unique people, paddling wild rivers, exploring hiking and bike trails, swimming in oceans, and camping out under the stars, all while homeschooling their young children Tucker and Parker. Tune into the adventure of a lifetime with Great Family Adventure. Meet Chef Corso, a passionate hiker, backpacker, and classically trained chef on a mission to revolutionize outdoor meals. Join Chef as he combines his culinary expertise with outdoor spirit and creates mouth-watering backpacking and camping recipes that go beyond just calories. You'll learn how to turn every outdoor meal into an elevated experience. Get ready to savor the outdoors, one bite at a time, with Outdoor Eats.
Hey, Floridians, if you're a fishy kind of guy
or a fishing kind of gal
and you want to know what's biting in your area, tune in to the Florida Insider Fishing Report.
We have captains all over the state reporting on where to make your next cast.
And I'll be at the CCA workbench with rigs and techniques and the latest new products to improve your catch.
You'll even have a chance to join us here on set.
So join Bree Gabrielle, Dave Farrell, and me, Captain Rick Murphy, for the Florida Insider Fishing Report right here on Bally Sports Sun.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryant sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Congratulations are in order for Marlins prospect Ryan Ignacio, who has been named a 2024 minor league all-star thanks to a great season with Beloit. Ignacio was drafted by the Marlins back in 2023. He came in as a utility player, but has made the transition to catcher in addition to putting up some impressive offensive numbers. Just another one of those young building blocks for the future, Paul.
That's excellent stuff. Congratulations to him. As Jake Berger fields that one, steps on the bag, and a quick first out here in the 7th inning. Will Smith retired. Soriano still out there. This is 3rd inning of work. Brings up Tommy Edman. Strikeout, a single and a run scored, and then a pop-up today. And some stellar defense at shortstop as well.
Coming back healthy after wrist surgery.
Time was called. I think we've got something in the right field gap there. Looks like the day done is just a moment ago. Dave Roberts thanking Jack Flaherty for his work today. And in the bullpen, Evan Phillips on the right and Alex Vesia on the left.
As it should be, the lefty on the left. But sometimes it's not that way. You see two guys warming up and the lefty's on the right and the righty's on the left.
Well, wouldn't that make more sense? See, now you've got me thinking, which is never a good thing. Because then they're back to back.
See, if the lefty's on the right and the righty's on the left, they're not.
They're back to back. They're not crisscrossing it.
Right.
But if they're.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lefty on the left is a problem.
Who's on first?
Outside. Now word from Baptist Health.
Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Brings up Max Muncy, who has walked twice in this one and has scored both of those times. And Connor Normie made a great play on him his last time up in foul territory. A sliding play near the coach's box. So an 0 for 1 day for Muncy, who takes a fastball outside.
Soriano into the mid-40s in pitches now. Did give up that home run to Shohei Ohtani, number 49. And Mookie Betts, we assume it's more of a score thing than anything else, but Mookie Betts out of the game now. And we will all wait to see if Ohtani gets that at bat. That he would be due up at some point. Perhaps the 8th, maybe the 9th.
You know, I'm just thinking about, and so many people have talked about, obviously the Dodgers will be in postseason, and their starting pitching isn't up to par with some of the other National League clubs that they'll go up against. However, and it's a big however.
Well, that into right field, a base hit. Conine cuts that one off, keeps Muncy at first base, but now first and third for LA.
You get guys like Muncy on fire. You get guys like Betts, who we know can rise to the top. Ohtani, and if all of a sudden they are on an offensive streak, they're going to be hard to shut down. Doesn't matter who they have on the mound.
Yeah, and I think that was the kind of the overarching thought, the narrative, I suppose you could say, when the Marlins were in LA in early May, and there was so much of the season left over. But that, sure, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, top of the lineup is great, but as you started to compare at that point of the season, compare the Dodgers with the Phillies or the Dodgers with the Braves, who's the deeper team 1 through 9? And a lot of folks then thought, well, maybe the Dodgers are a little more top heavy with the offense. But to your point, they get Edmund, Muncy, those guys. They've got Teoscar Hernandez. You start having 7-8 guys that are threats in your lineup, and you can out-hit some of your pitching deficiencies.
Even a guy like Chris Taylor, who we talked about.
Ohtani's got his batting gloves on, if that's any indication. Lux, Pages, Taylor, and then Ohtani would be due up. That one in the dirt. Fortes couldn't find it. Runner at third. Edmund stays put, but Muncy moves up to second base.
Yeah, this slider just gets away. Not only from Soriano, but from Nick Fortes as well.
That's a wild pitch that lets Muncy get to second base. So the Marlins bring the infield in, down by 6. And a changeup down and away. And as we wonder if Ohtani would take the at-bat or not, a reminder, the Dodgers go home. They have 6 more home games, Rockies and Padres, and finish on the road in Denver. So if you're thinking of a storybook type ending to what could be a 50-50 season, wanting to do it at home.
Well, here's what's going to happen. He's putting the gloves on. He's getting ready. If it gets to this inning, he'll hit.
Okay.
If somehow the Marlins get out of this inning and the Dodgers maintain this lead and Ohtani were to lead off an inning, no.
No. Okay. Well, it looks like Soriano's day is going to be done. And Mike Baumann going to come in here. 9-3 in the 7th inning. Bases are loaded. Back in a moment.
I'm Jay, and this is my home. My first big purchase with help from loanDepot. This is where I play my favorite music. This is where I grow my small garden. It is here that I laugh. It is here that I learn. It's my sanctuary. It's my place. It is my home. And home means everything to me.
At Citi, we know some days are scarier than others. So we design furniture that can survive alien attacks, dinners with vampires, and nights filled with horror. At Citi, we design each piece knowing it's at the heart of life's greatest moments. This Halloween season, treat yourself at the Fall Home Sale with up to 20% off plus 60-month special financing. City Furniture, designed for love.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh,
life, it's joyous and at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryant sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Welcome back here to loanDepot Park. Last of this 3-game series. Dodgers have a lead as the Marlins go back to the bullpen. It'll be Mike Baumann coming in. 4th pitcher used by the Marlins today. This is his 9th Marlins game, his 55th overall. And it's a bases loaded 1-out situation. Good job by Fortes to save a run. Edman at third, Muncy at second, and Gavin Lux the runner at first base. A walk, a single, and a walk. Two balls, no strikes. Pages had one of the bases loaded walks in the 3rd inning. One of the 3 consecutive walks overall for Edward Cabrera. He walked 5 today, gave up 7 earned runs and 2 1/3. That one is fouled back just above our heads. We got 1.
You don't see too many go above us.
No. I'm wrapping up year 7. We had 1 in Milwaukee. That was it. 2-1 pitch outside. And Ohtani still a couple batters away here. Potentially.
Pages came out of his shoes on that 3-1 fastball.
Payoff pitch from Baumann. In the air down the left field line. Long run for Sanchez. Won't get there. It's down in the corner fair. 2 runs will score on the double by Pages. And the Dodgers get to double digits. It's now 11-3.
Came out of his shoes on a 3-1 fastball and then went down and got a slider. 3-2. Kept it fair, kept it away from Sanchez in left field. 3 RBI day for Pages.
Here's Chris Taylor. Bouncing ball, backhanded by Norby. Looks the runner back. Throw on one hop to Berger, and that will bring up Ohtani. Now it's 11-3 with first base open. Don't think Skip would walk him intentionally, but Kevin Kiermaier is due up next, not Mookie Betts, who's already been lifted in this game. Everyone has their phones out.
49 home runs for Shohei Ohtani. I was thinking 50 right there.
This is a fan decision being made by Skip Schumacher, not a managerial decision.
0-1.
And nobody can blame him.
No. Foul tip on 97 up and out of the zone makes it 0-2.
Most of the crowd is standing.
He's already gotten to 51 stolen bases. No one has had a 50-50 season in the history of this game. And that one kicks away from Fortes. A run will score. Lux makes it 12-3.
Shohei playing coach, waving Lux home.
He can do it all, can he?
Yep.
Ball and 2 strikes. Fly ball left field. 50-50. A season we have never seen before from a player we may never see again. He's going to take the at-bat.
I'm speechless. I mean, there's nothing I can say. We've all had an opportunity today to, as you say, see the greatest player we've seen in our time.
And a quick curtain call as Baumann steps off as the fans here at loanDepot Park acknowledge one of the greatest seasons in the history of this sport. Kiermaier, a swing and miss, and back to the home run that goes to the opposite field.
Well, he's hit so many of those in his career. We know he has power at all fields. Just stayed back on that slider. We've seen him pull sliders into upper decks in right field. That one he stayed back on. And he knew the importance and the significance of that home run.
You know what else? He's 5 for 5 today. Kind of lost in all of it is a 5-hit day. It's a Dodger record 50th home run, and it's the first time in his career he's had 2 homers and 2 steals in the same game.
And by the way, Paul, it's the first game in Major League history. First game in Major League history that a player has 2 stolen bases, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 hits, and 7 RBIs. History making.
His first career 5-hit game. I mean, the list of superlatives and accomplishments just goes on and on. And of course, we We watch a lot of Marlins baseball. We root for the Marlins. We hope for a win every single night. But those of us that are fortunate enough to do this and be around the sport are baseball fans at heart. And to be able to watch what this guy has done from a distance for most of the year, but in person this week and here today, it really is awe-inspiring. The first 50-50 season in Major League history. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Baptist Health.
With 5-hour energy, you could be a tailgate champion.
Where is everybody?
Even if you are 2 months early.
Sanchez sends one out to right center. Yes, gotta love it.
1-2. Got him. There's Edwards on a diving play to get the out. It's a Marlins win.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back from the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Baptist Health. A couple of 5-run innings for the Dodgers today in the 3rd and the 7th. The big story today is a 2-homer day for Shohei Ohtani. A 2 stolen base day for Shohei Ohtani, which gets him to 50 homers and 51 stolen bases. Plateaus that have never been met in the same year in the history of the game. Evan Phillips takes over for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kike Hernandez over at first base. Those a couple of the changes for the Dodgers. Griffin Conine leads it off. Nick Fortes will be next. And then Xavier Edwards. That one towards shortstop, but it's the third baseman Muncy making the play, 1 away.
I was just thinking Griffin will always remember his 2nd career home run. The game in which he hit it. Wow.
Well, that game may get replayed a few times, so that's good. Those are the numbers on Evan Phillips after 6 innings of work for Jack Flaherty today. Fortes takes off the edge.
And we were wondering earlier, Ohtani has 1 cycle. Look for the cycle against Tampa Bay back in 2019. Something about Florida.
Something about it. What's the sales tax difference on, or income tax difference on 700 million, I wonder? Anyway, yeah, it was
quite a difference in Florida and California.
Yeah, that's. This one is out toward shallow left center. Edman going back and calling everybody off. He'll make the catch, 2 away. And close to another cycle for him today. He tried to turn a double into a triple, was thrown out. And it's Edwards due up, but Javier Sanoja will take the at-bat here. 1 for 3 day for Edwards before being lifted. Towards shallow left. Taylor racing in and won't get there. It hops by him. Sanoja to second base. So a pinch hit double there for Sanoja to keep the 7th inning alive.
But he got himself a pinch hit in the ball game last night too.
And I think we could probably say with some certainty now the day might be done for Shohei Ohtani. We weren't sure. They go home for 6. But you nailed it. Said if he bats this inning, he'll probably take the at-bat. If not, then maybe they'd save it. But he hit the 7th. Did he ever?
Yeah, it's just been a pleasure for us to be what little part we are, just to watch.
He has so many abilities, as we know, and one of them is to leave those of us who are paid to talk without words.
Well said. By the way, he also has a save in this ballpark.
He's done it all. All right, green shirt is who we're looking at here. Leaning forward. Oh, just out of his reach. And he almost got it on the rebound.
You got to dive right there.
Oh.
You can't short arm it. You got to dive. Yeah, the World Baseball Classic.
He sees
Shohei picked up the save against the United States.
He's got it. But much like that at bat for Trout, it was out of his reach. Norby draws the walk, first and second for the Marlins. I mean, the things that he's accomplished here, I got to figure he likes playing here. No? Then again, he probably likes playing everywhere.
The people you talk to also tell you what a great teammate he is.
Yeah.
The guys love him. I mean, he has his program. He has his routine.
Inside to Jesus Sanchez. And, you know, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically was asked, he said, no, I don't feel any pressure. I mean, he didn't press. I mean, really, you think about it, he's had his ups and downs. I mean, it's a tough game to play for many, but like he was on the doable, right? Like within a multi-home run game away from 50 home runs for like 2 days. He homered on Tuesday to get to 48. 2 more today gets him to 50. Wasn't like he was sitting on 48 or 49 for 2 weeks. And the pressure getting to him. With stolen bases, I mean, ran like crazy.
Yeah, which you see happen to a lot of guys. They get to milestones.
Yeah.
You know, 299 home runs, and they sit on it for a while because there's pressure.
Yeah. The last 5 hits to get to 3,000. For a guy with 3,000 hits, it could take him 2.5 weeks. Ball and 2 strikes to Sanchez, and he comes up empty. 14-3 Dodgers as we go to the 8th inning on a historic day here at loanDepot Park. We'll step aside.
Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save on a new Honda, gas, hybrid, or electric vehicle from just $239 a month. Get more for your trade and save. From $239, search your local Honda dealer today.
Edwards makes the play, throws to first. What a play. And caught by Hill. In there safely. Makes the catch. It's a Marlins win.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bride sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save thousands on a new Honda with 1.9% financing. All Hondas are in stock and ready for you with financing from 1.9%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the game.
Join us at the ballpark as it turns into Hogwarts this Sunday. Ticket package includes an exclusive Harry Potter jersey with your choice of house colors. Then enjoy a Sunday fun day as the Marlins take on the Braves at 1:40. Purchase today at marlins.com/Harry Potter. A historic day in Major League Baseball as Shohei Ohtani has stolen a couple of bases to get to 51. He hit a couple of home runs to get to 50. Now Johnny Pereda, who took over at first base last half inning and got the assist on the final out, will bat against Zach Logue in his second game of the season and this series. 1-1 to Pereda is inside. Pereda hitting for Jake Berger, who homered back in the second inning. And he may not be done, by the way. I mean, we thought that maybe his day was finished. Perhaps not. He is a triple shy of the cycle. I mean, why not? Why not give it a go?
I'm saying, but wait a minute, my shoes.
He could hit in slippers.
Yeah,
It'd be okay. I'm pretty sure of that.
He could take his shower shoes and go up there and hit.
He'd be due up fifth, by the way, in the ninth inning. Ground ball, base hit for Pereda up the middle. Now Jonah Bride, who is 0 for 3. Mini 4-game hit streak on the line here. They don't hold Pereda with an 11-run lead. And Bride skies this one near the pitcher's mound. Who's going to take it? Tommy Edman for the first out. And with Kyle Stowers due up, one of the roster moves today for the Marlins will come on to pinch hit. Derek Hill will get his first at bat in a couple of weeks, dealing with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, we've talked about the year Derek Hill has had. It's been a busy one for him. Spent some time in Texas, San Francisco.
One of the 70 different players used by the Marlins this year, a major league record. Guy that
can patrol the outfield. And leading up to the actual IL stint, as Skip mentioned today, once the roster moves came down, he had been dealing with it for a little while too. So it was hurting him at the plate. It was hurting him to be out in the field, but tried to gut through it for as long as he could before requiring a couple of weeks break. And I would imagine you're going to get that sort of grit, maybe the word, although I think that limits it to the guys that play every day anyway and have had great careers. A guy like Freddie Freeman's got the same grit, but those guys that have, you know, bounced around and seen opportunities come and go and be a little more fleeting, maybe a little bit more likely to play through an injury, I would think.
Oh, absolutely, because you know how tough it is to get here. Another case in point would be Dane Myers.
Yep. Sounds like Dane is working his way back to that unfortunate injury that he suffered in Cincinnati just before the All-Star break. Oh, 1 here to Otto Lopez. Takes one on the corner. Lopez a walk, a stolen base in the second inning, a single and a run scored in the fifth. Chase the fastball up. Ohtani due up fifth. Wonder if we'll see him. Marlins trail heading to the ninth.
I'm Richard Karn, and I love my hose. It ain't those old hoses. This is my hose. The new Pocket Hose Copper Bullet, now infused with real copper, so your water is always clean and lead-free. Just turn on the water and watch your hose grow and grow. And when you turn off the water, away it goes. Our new inner tube uses 3 layers of high-strength latex on the inside. Then it's wrapped in a new polymer filament jacket, 3 times stronger than the other hoses. And I love the oversized, easy-to-grip fittings. Get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copper Bullet today for only $29.99. But wait, call now and get our Turbo Shot adjustable nozzle, absolutely free. This is an exclusive advanced release of our 2024 edition Pocket Hose. Order now.
Call 1-800-750-7974 or visit copperbullet.hose.com. So call 1-800-750-7974 now.
Welcome back. One of the other roster moves for the Marlins today was Vidal Brujan, and I don't think we had this one on the bingo card for how he'd make his triumphant return, but as a relief pitcher.
Didn't see that one coming.
No, sir. But he will pitch here in the 9th inning and face Muncy, Lux, and Pages. And a little erratic there on wonder where that got Muncy. We apologize for the language there that we picked up. I'm sure there was no intent there. Muncy is heated over there. This one out to center field, and that's Pache out there to make the catch. New outfield for the Marlins, by the way. Hill in left, Pache is in center, and Sanchez moves to right. Infield, Norby, Sanoja, Lopez, and Pareda. One away here is Pages.
Pajes and Pache.
Yes. Look count 59 upstairs.
Yeah, in his rehab, Bruhan with the shoulder, I don't think he worked on pitching.
Most likely not. Here popped up near the second base bag. It's Sanoha waiting for it. He makes the catch, and now this, I'm sure for those that have stuck around, becomes probably the second most important at bat of the day. The first was when Ohtani hit the 50th home run, but now Ohtani waits on deck, and a triple shy of the cycle on this already historic day.
And if he comes to the plate to face a position player.
Right. And he will. Taylor singles to right field. Dodgers have 2 on, and here comes Ohtani again. So on History Watch, we've checked off 50 stolen bases. We have checked off 50 home runs, which is also a Dodger record. He's a triple shy of the cycle. He's had his first 5-hit game, and he's driven in 7. So that OPS on the season is just a shade under 1,000. 999. Taken outside, 2 balls and no strikes. A double and a stolen base with a run scored in the first. RBI single, stolen base in the second. 2 RBI double in the third, and home runs in the 6th and 7th. And that one is crushed. Another one. A 3-homer day. A 6-hit day. 51-51.
A career-high 9 RBIs. Excuse me, 10. Make that 10.
It's easy to lose count on a day like this. And still an outfield assist away from a triple.
Well, so many times you see a hitter against a position player. We see it all the time. You know, pop it up, hit a long fly ball, roll over, hit a ground ball.
Yeah, but those are usually mortals doing that.
Not Shohei.
Ah, 2-2 to Kiermaier. Takes outside. Back to the home run. The 3rd of the day. Wasn't going to get cheated.
Different shoes, too.
Same result. Kiermaier draws the walk. You know what? What's funny is when he hit the home run in the 6th inning and he was at 49 home runs, the doofus to your left, Tommy, asked you, you think he'll take the at-bat? Yeah, he's going to take the at-bat, and he's still going to hit 2 more home runs today. First career 3-homer game, 10 RBIs. 6 hits. Kike Hernandez out toward right. That'll get down. Sanchez cuts that one off. First and third for LA. When this one goes final, Kia presents the Marlins Live postgame show. Craig Minervini, Gabby Sanchez will break down the game, talk a lot about Ohtani, and we'll also do our best to get some reaction from the Dodgers side of things today, too, on this historic day.
Because you're talking about a historic franchise.
Yeah.
That has had so many things done, so many great players, so many Hall of Famers, accomplished so much.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Fiducia. That one fouled back. I wrote it down. I didn't know if we were going to get into it, but there was some debate a week or 2 ago before the unfortunate injury for Francisco Lindor if he was going to make a run at the MVP, maybe get into that mix with Ohtani. And there are cases to be made for sure. But the fact that there are only a dozen 2020 seasons in baseball this year, only a dozen of them. And Ohtani is a 2020 season better than Lindor. To me, makes this a 30-vote runaway.
Because hitting nowadays is not easy. You've got guys coming in out of bullpens that all throw 97, 98. You're facing 2, 3, 4 pitchers a night. Different guys, different stuff.
Runner was off on the 3-2 pitch when that one tapped foul. That one taken upstairs, and the bases are loaded. Well, here's the other one. In terms of 10 RBI games. In terms of 10 RBI games, T-Hut.
Okay.
16 in the history of baseball. With the most being 12 RBIs. Jim Bottomley in 1924 and Mark Whiten's 4-homer game in 1993. So those are 12 is the most. There have been 2 11 RBI games, and with 10 or more RBIs, this only the 16th in baseball history. A base hit for Edman will bring home another run. And now it brings up Muncy, who started this inning and was hit by a pitch. This one left out over the plate and fouled away. And line into center field. The hits just keep on coming. That'll make it 20. 20-3 for the Dodgers.
Couple more hitters.
We're going to talk about it again, aren't we? Lux takes up and in. And I didn't know if he'd hit in 7th. Never mind, hit 2 more homers. Outside. And with Brujan here at 35 pitches. I'm sure Skip doesn't want him going a whole lot more than that. Maybe
Hopefully not. Hopefully he can get this third out and we don't have to worry about it. But perhaps another pitching change to get a different position player in. Just
yeah, this and this will make you, as I've talked about it, because I did it one time, this will make you sore the next day, especially having spent time on the IL.
Runners stay put even though it's 3-2 and 2 outs, and that one taken outside. It was only 2-2. My mistake. Now 3-2. Now we know why the runners weren't going. Now they go, and it's outside for ball 4 anyway. And that looks like that's going to do it for Ruhan today. And it looks like Skip is just going to kind of shuffle around the guys that are already in the game. And actually he has to, because
everybody's been used.
Everybody's been used, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like Pareda is going to pitch, and maybe Brujan going to go over to first base, and those two guys just flip-flop.
I believe I saw them drawing straws on the mound. And that's tough. That's
so another pitching change is the Marlins will use 2 position players here in the 9th inning. And you tip your cap to Brujan. I mean,
yes,
again, he's not out there to keep this a game, really. He's just out there to be a good teammate and do what he's asked to do, and hopefully get the outs, and couldn't quite do that. So the NL West standings look like this. The Dodgers, with a win today, will pick up win number 91, but also clinch a postseason berth. Seeding, of course, still to be determined, as that one misses for ball 1 to Andy Pages. Inside. The 90 wins by the Dodgers, by the way, which obviously they've already accomplished that. But the 90 wins makes it 11 straight full seasons with 90 wins. The only other season in there would have been 2020. Nobody played 90 games anyway, and they won the World Series. Lined, caught by Norby, inning over. So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Sanchez sends one out to right center. Yes, gotta love it. 1-2. Got him. He did it again. There's Edwards on a diving play to get the out. It's a Marlins win.
Hey, Floridians, if you're a fishy kind of guy
Or a fishing kind of gal.
and you want to know what's biting in your area, tune in to the Florida Insider Fishing Report.
We have captains all over the state reporting on where to make your next cast.
And I'll be at the CCA workbench with rigs and techniques and the latest new products to improve your catch.
You'll even have a chance to join us here on set.
So join Bree Gabrielle, Dave Farrell, and me, Captain Rick Murphy, for the Florida Insider Fishing Report right here on Bally Sports Sun.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Marlins baseball is on Bally Sports.
Bryan sends one to left field, and that one is gone.
Watch the Marlins tomorrow on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Marlins Team Co., LLC, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of Marlins Team Co., LLC.
Marlins baseball on Bally Sports is brought to you by Leon. Visit our centers and experience the Leon guarantee. By your local Kia dealers, visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And by Baptist Health, welcome to the warmer side of care. Well, all Dodgers today, and of course wrapped inside of that is all Ohtani today. 6 for 6, 2 doubles, 4 runs scored, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Add it all up, and it's a 50-50 season. Well, 51-51 if you really want to get technical.
Got a shot at 55-55.
Christian Pache swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes to start the 9th inning. A Dodger franchise record 50 home runs in a season, a Dodger franchise record 10 RBIs in a game as well.
We talked about the history of this franchise, passing Gil Hodges, who had a 9 RBI game.
Fortes out toward left field, gives that one a ride. Taylor can't get to it, and it's over the wall for a home run. A solo homer for Nick Fortes.
Yeah, it's good to see. These are tough at bats to keep your concentration.
And it's good for Nick to hit that home run, because I would guess, as Nick was behind the plate for all 3 games, he was in meetings leading up to this series. And of course, all the talk was Shohei 50-50. Can he steal the bases? Can he hit the home runs? In essence, he's competing against Nick Fortes in both categories. Nick's trying to keep him from stealing bases. Nick is trying to game plan to keep him from going off offensively in the box. And again, just a tough day. Edward Cabrera didn't really have it. The bullpen let this one really get out of hand, obviously. So I'm sure Nick, being the competitor that he is, frustrated that he's been back there for these 3 games to watch the job that Ohtani's been able to do. As we all sit back in awe of it, Nick kind of on the other side.
He's been on the other side, and that's exactly right. And, you know, we entered this game thinking it would be a pretty good pitching matchup.
That one to third, and Sanoha is retired. 2 away.
With Flaherty going against Cabrera, Flaherty held up his end of the bargain. Edward did not.
He was going after 2 1/3, 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 walks. Three innings today where the Dodgers scored at least 5. Scored 5 in the 3rd, 5 in the 7th, and 6 in the 9th. They'll head home. They've got the Rockies and the Padres coming up. And the Dodger offense has been cruising for a little over a week now. 8 or more runs in 6 of 8 games. And they, safe to say, got past 8 runs today. Norby fouls it back. Marlins down to their final strike today.
All smiles on the Dodgers side. Ball and 2 strikes. And Norby just fouled. One, 2 inside.
Yeah, I'm just looking on any other day. Marlins hit 3 home runs today.
Sign up for that.
Of course, you didn't factor Shohei hitting 3.
No, you didn't. You probably could have because he's that good. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs upstairs. Left center field, down for a base hit. Norby will stop at first base with a 2-out base hit. So Connor on base, his last 3 plate appearances today with a couple of walks in that base hit. So make that a 5-game hit streak for Connor. So he looks to keep that swing in check, as it won't get a lot easier for the Marlins with the Braves coming to town. The Braves a 15-3 win today in Cincinnati, so that offense is rolling as well. Valente Bayoso goes tomorrow. Charlie Morton on the other side of the pitching matchup. The last 3 on the home schedule for the Marlins.
Yeah, the Braves had 18 hits in that game in Cincinnati.
Ball, 1 strike. Once again, the Marlins down to their final strike today. 0 for 4 day for Sanchez. Hit the ball hard in the 4th inning, right at Tommy Edman. And he had a 5-hit night on Tuesday in this series. Swings and misses at the curveball, and the Dodgers win this one 20-4. But it was all about Shohei Ohtani, and rightfully so. The Dodgers have also clinched their 12th consecutive playoff berth, so the game's greatest player will head to the postseason for the first time, and also for the first time someone is in that 50-50 club. Just an immense talent, and again, blessed to be able to witness it here. Not the score or the outcome that you would have wanted if you're rooting for the Marlins, but as baseball fans, as we all are, it is a season unlike any other.
Paul, I've been blessed to have been in this game as a player, broadcasting for close to 60 years now, and I've seen a lot of great games, a lot of great individual performances. This one, I think, is number 1, and I am so blessed, as you, to have been a part of the broadcast to see what Shohei Ohtani did today.
And he is a guy that gets a ton of attention for all the right reasons, and that will continue throughout the postgame on the Dodgers side of things. Our side as well. We'll do our best to get some Dodger reaction from this historic day. Of course, break down the Marlins side of things and hear from Skip Schumacher when this one when we come back. We will see you tomorrow. 3 more to go here at home. Braves in town starting tomorrow. Coverage at 6:30 for a 7:10 first pitch. What a day. What a player.